it's me, Diana. I am coming to you today for like a little quick podcast because I just had something happen to me. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been sitting on the couch, shedding a tear or two about a mistake I made. Today's my first time recording podcasts. I had two lined up, one at 9 o'clock with someone I really, really admire, and she has such an inspiring story. And then I have another one coming up in just a few minutes. I made notes. I got prepared. I was super excited. I had done a trial run with my husband where he was down on his computer just to make sure I understood how the app would work. I set up the shot. I did the lighting. I was ready, except for I didn't have time to curl my hair, but oh well. And just this interview, I was so proud of it because I just felt like it was really heartfelt. It got her story down and so much good information to share with all of you all about what she's doing. I mean, it's major what she's doing. And I didn't press record. So I did the whole interview, over 30 minutes with her, just connecting with her and emoting with her and just getting the story down, and it's not recorded. And the frustration that I feel about things like that happening in my life, I know we all have those things that happen to us where it didn't exactly go as we planned, or it was a frustrating thing that maybe we brought on ourselves. And so we just want to kick ourselves. And so I sat around and kicked myself for a little while. Of course, my husband grabbed my laptop. He's like, maybe it's in here. And I'm like, no, because anytime I record on this thing, I have to press this red button and then it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there's a timer and it's recording. And that's not what happened. I just got kind of flustered because it was my first time and I was excited and I want to make sure that I was going to ask her all of my questions, and I just blew it. It happens. So anyway, I sat around for a minute and Thomas and I kind of talked, and I actually did cry a little, it just really is so frustrating. I just am like about it. And then the bottom line is I have another interview in just another few minutes with a guy that I equally admire who has an incredible story that I want to get down. And so I want to be prepared for that. So I just sent a text to Emmy, my girlfriend, and I was like, girl, if it sounds like I've been crying and I'm downtrodden, it's because I am. I totally forgot to hit record. And she was so gracious and kind about it and was like, let's just do it again. So that's great. But I guess I just wanted to record this moment because I know this is a big deal to me. It's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that big of a deal, and she'll do it again. But we go through these moments where it's just like, and that's the pivotal moment where you have the chance to quit, throw your laptop at the wall, say, forget about it. I'm never going to be any good at this, and stop chasing that dream. Or you pivot in the other direction and are like, well, I'm frustrated, but got to keep going. What's the next thing? What's my next hurdle that I leap over? How do I reschedule this interview? How do I keep going? And this happens across the board, in parenting, in business, in one-on-one romantic relationships, in life. It's just life. And I've been thinking a lot lately about being a fast pivoter, being someone who fails quickly, makes decisions slowly, and I didn't come up with this, but making decisions slowly, really thinking about pulling the trigger on something before you do it, making sure it's what you really want. And then when you fail, which you will, which I will, which I have, fail quickly. Get up and be like, hey, I failed. It is what it is. Sent her a voice message, moved right on. I gave myself about 5.5 minutes to shed my tears. And that's all we can do, is just kind of like get up. It's that forward momentum. It's the getting up, putting one foot in front of the other, and forgiving yourself and laughing at yourself and continuing on. And I know, like, in 20 years from now, she's going to be a big deal. I want her story on my podcast. She is going to be a big deal. She's already a big deal. And her ideas and innovations are huge. And I feel that way about the guests that I plan to bring on this show. I just feel like they are innovators, creators, moving the needle forward for our communities, for our world. And I want their stories down. And I want to be the one that gets to be the journalist that is recording with them. To be that person, to be that podcaster, to be that YouTuber, to be what I want to be moving in the direction that I want to be, to get from here to here is a whole lot of work and effort and failing and starting over and forgiving myself and figuring out a new way and asking for help. And it's all that stuff in between the ride. It's not really the point of getting here or being here. It's all that stuff that I get to do along the way and being able to find gratitude in the frustration. I mean, I'm still so fucking frustrated and annoyed because I loved that interview that I did with her. So, and then I think that there's a certain amount of remembering that, you know, everything comes with a lesson. Although I feel emotional and frustrated right now, maybe the next interview is going to even be 10 times better. Maybe something else is going to come out of it that we forgot about and be even more meaningful. So there is a reason for everything. There is gratitude to find in everything. And did finally do what Thomas said, which is make a list, plug in my mic, turn off my notifications, and press record. So now I have a list of 3 things to do every time before I get ready to interview someone. It's not all about the good questions. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being a part of my super bumpy, messy journey. And thank you for being here with me. Bye.